I'm LaDonna Lockard, and this is Max Combos. I'm here today with Brandon Treadway. Brandon, you are back. You know why you're back? It's because you're my favorite industry expert when it comes to this topic. So, there have
That's
been
me.
some kind of wild social media updates, changes. The FTC has gotten involved. I need your hot take on this. What's going on? Walk us through it.
So I don't have a hot take. My take's ice cold because it's the right one that everyone agrees with. So basically, the FTC has come around and said that any kind of, I believe they use the term social indicators that are inaccurate or misrepresentative of someone's like true status are now an FTC violation. They had kind of been, this had kind of been already a thing, but they reconvened last month and then tightened up the outline to make it clear that that's what they were going for, and made this ruling like very, very clear. So basically, buying followers, buying engagement, all that stuff is now a violation of this rule from the FTC. Uh, in addition to that, um, fake reviews, either positive or negative. So positive for yourself or negative for a competitor, all are now a violation, and one that a lot of people should take note of because I've seen people I've seen people do this is you can no longer review your own business either as a manager, as an employee, someone who is associated with the business. That is now all considered a violation. The goal of this is to improve authenticity of all these types of engagements, and to improve the value of reviews, the value of social engagement. You know, the FTC wants it so that when you see someone who has 100,000 followers, you can be confident that that this person is worthy of 100,000 followers in theory.
In
Um,
theory, of course.
and instead of just going out and buying a bunch of engagement, because what we're also seeing is that now, and I'm sure that this plays into it, as more and more platforms are moving towards views turning into payment. Like on TikTok, you can be paid if you're in the creator rewards program. You can also Twitter or X also same thing. So making sure that there is a that there is
Validity, if you
validity.
will.
Thank you. That's the I was gonna say honor, like they're samurai, but there's validity to the actual engagements that you are purporting to be engaging in.
That makes sense. And I mean, from industry standpoint, industry perspective, this should have been best practice all along. But as we know, sometimes thinking that you can just trust people to make the right decisions doesn't exactly always lead to them making the right decisions. So I get why it feels like this was a long time coming. Why did it take them so long to clarify this point?
Well, it's social media, and they're always behind the time when it comes to social media. I'm sure that there's plenty of things right now that we'll get rulings on in the next 20 years. But it was trying to, and I think a big shift I think was the views being paid for. Influencers have become at an all-time high. There's also more and more people turning towards social media for secondary income,
Hmm.
and so making sure that they kind of put these rules in place, at least in terms of these social indicators. Now, when you talk about the reviews, this should have been a rule for a very long time. But I think, and I'm glad that they've caught up to it now. I think we've all gotten away with reviewing our own business on Google and 5 stars, which was nice for the time being. But it's just very important to make sure that uh, that you are getting as honest of engagement, honest of reviews as possible. For a long time, Google had it where if there was any sort of incentive for a review, they would suppress your star rating. They would suppress certain reviews. They would remove them, and so that's always been best practice at Google. But now the FTC is backing that up with this ruling as well.
I was just about to bring that up because you're exactly right. Any incentivized reviews, they've always diminished and removed your ranking. So that to me makes sense. What are the repercussions if someone is found in violation of this?
So as of right now, all that I'm aware of is fines. I'm sure it goes up from there. I'm sure you'll get a warning on your first one if you know if you get caught. But um, I'm assuming fines is going to be the big thing, and then after that, I'm sure you may lose access to certain things. I could see where the FTC and Google work together to eliminate a lot of your again reviews. You also have to realize that there are two. You're dealing with two authorities in let's stay on the Google reviews. You're dealing with two authorities here. You're dealing with the FTC and you're dealing with Google, and Google can do whatever they want with your reviews, and the FTC can do whatever they want with you. So making sure that you're following those rules ensures that your reviews stay active and online, and that you are not getting fined by the FTC.
Perfect. Well, in the interest of time, I'm going to wrap this up. But as always, I love hearing what you have to say about all things social media related. People can find you. I know you're on TikTok, Instagram, etc. Brandon Treadway, easy enough.
Yep, Brandon Treadway's Brandon Social Coach. You can follow me on Instagram, and then follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Social Coach. Post
Perfect.
all
I
sorts
love
of
social
updates.
coaches. Yeah, they're so good. They're so good. Well, Brandon, thank you again for being here. I'm LaDonna Lockard, and this is Max Combat.